the educators with Janome Canada. Today I'm going to show you a great scrap busting project. Fabric's expensive, and if you're like me, I don't like to waste it. Even if it's a small strip. My husband thinks I'm crazy for keeping it. As his words are, it's garbage. But I proved him wrong by making the following project with strips of fabric no bigger than this. So I'll show you how I did it.
So to get my scrappy quilt started, I grabbed some Riso paper that I pre-cut to 8.5 by 8.5. Riso paper you can get at any stationery shop, and some people like to use old telephone books to do this. Some of my friends actually use old dryer sheets, to do this, because then they don't have to take it off afterwards. They can just leave it as part of the quilt. But I have never tried that, so this is the way I've been doing it. So what I need is the Riso paper and, from my scrap bin, a bunch of scraps. Now I've got all different widths, all different sizes, all different colors, and I'm going to pick the two longest pieces that I have in my pile, and I'm going to place them diagonally across the paper. So I'm going to take my fabric, and the first piece I'm going to place from corner to corner, like so. I guess it would help if you guys could see this. There we go. And I'm going to take my second piece of fabric and I'm going to place it face down on top of the diagonal piece that I've already placed, like so. And then I'm going to sew along here. Now I'm going to take my next piece of fabric, and you'll notice that it's a different width to the other ones, and that's okay. And I'm just going to match up my seams. And I'm going to sew down again. And I'm going to keep going until the entire page is covered. The nice thing about this is that I'm using up a lot of really, quite honestly, small pieces of fabric that aren't really good for a lot of things, except something like this, like a scrappy quilt. You can just finger press it too. And I didn't quite make it to the end, so I'm going to have to do one more piece. But again, see what a tiny piece that's going to be. I could have anticipated, I could have trimmed off my turquoise underneath so that I have more of this blue showing. But there, the whole piece of paper is covered. So now I'm going to just trim off the excess fabric. So I flipped it onto so that the fabric is downside, and then I'm going to take my rotary cutter and my ruler, and I'm going to line it up with the paper. And there we go. And trim off the excess. So what you will get when it's all trimmed up is a square that looks like this. Now what I like too is the fact that I can make them any size I want. So I've got little ones that I can just use up tiny pieces of fabric, and again you'll notice in some of these that they're completely different sizes, they're different shapes, so it works out really nicely. Once I've got the squares all together, when I got a bunch of them done, I just add them all together, and I've got this lovely strip. funky colors, doesn't matter. They don't have to match. That's what I love about this. And then I will show you the final product. So as you can see, this is the back side of my block, and I've sewn it to a bunch of other ones, but I just thought I'd show you. So then I'm just going to take the edge of the paper and just hold the seams and just pull it off. And you do that for the whole quilt. And then you can piece it together, and I'll show you what it looks like. And here is my finished product. So you can see different shapes, different sizes of fabric. They all go together, and it gives it a really great scrappy quilt. So I hope you found this video informative. Please make sure you check out www.janomelifewordpress.com for other ideas. I'm going to go quilt this quilt up and use the quilt binder to bind my quilt. Quilt binder, you say? Check out Janome Life to see what it is and how it works. Happy sewing!